There we go. Let's press this button too. Why don't we? And I believe we are coming in. Hello and welcome. Daytime Today here on JLJ Media. That's me. I'm JLJ. I have 3 names. I love it. We are here with the host of Soap Podcast, Roundtable number 7. 7.
Lucky 7.
Lucky 7. Lucky number. Good number. 7's a good number. I'm very excited to bring this to you. We've had so much fun, or actually, I've had so much fun with all the hosts of Daytime, all across the board.
I'm JLJ.
There's me talking, of course. Quiet, James. I'm talking right now. It is wonderful meeting and talking to all the people across the board who bring you soap content, sometimes every day, sometimes every week, all over the platforms. Tonight, I have 2 more people that I like, that I know separately, and I thought I'd bring them on together. It's her first time on JLJ Media, so I'm very excited to have her on here. And she is always having great content and putting stuff out there and you know, saying things and having a good time. It's Miss Angel Young. Hi, Angel.
Hello. How y'all doing?
Yay. Of course, maybe you guys know her. She's been on JLJ Media before, and when you know her, as one half of that duo of the mother and son, she's Mama Kat. Hey, girl.
Hey, James. Hey, Angel.
So good to have you. As we come, I do our church announcements. As we come in, please come into the chat. The water is fine. Water is preferred because it's hot everywhere. So please come on in. I see you guys coming in. This is our series of where we talk about things that are specific to folks who actually comment and talk about soap operas. And tonight is a special night too. Well, that in a second also. But I want to thank you. So follow Daytime Today on all social media platforms. We're every single one of those platforms. And we're on all streaming services, of course, here at YouTube, JLJ Media. You can check out the one we just did 2 nights ago with Errol Lewis, Melody Akins, and Brock TV. I still call him that, Davon. That is out now. You can watch it. All the other ones are out too. They're all out there. Even the one with her son is out there. He was on the second one, Mama Kat Theall. So you can check out that one. All of them are out there, audio and video. So if you want to listen to them, you do that. Or you want to watch their lovely face, see who they are, watch them. You do both. I offer you both. And so this one's the last one for this week. I have a few more left, some more surprises coming up, so stay tuned for that. And I mentioned this on Sunday, this Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 Eastern. It's that show you love to love. Coming back once again. It's the Daytime Emmy special, nomination special. Me, Jerry Waggett, that girl, Candace Mack, and the man you guys love more than life itself, Walker. We'll be talking about the nominations from the Daytime Emmys, our unfettered feelings, and then our predictions. We do that every year. You guys always show up. I think this is our 5th year or 6th year doing it. Either way, I appreciate that. It's so much fun. We get in trouble. It's a great time. That's this Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Now you're asking, what about my regular soap block, our Shady Sundays? We'll be back the following Sunday on the 20th. Yes, Wide Arm Mini Spotlight, boom, beautiful mini spotlight. And the man I say I've had the longest relationship with, Frank Moran, the GH Mini Spotlight. We'll be back on July 20th. So keep that in mind, July 20th. So that's me, Candace Mack, Tammy Docgovea, Amanda Russ, and Frank Moran. So we'll be back for that. We have a lot to talk about on all the shows. A lot to talk about.
Sure you will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys have this weekend.
Yes.
You guys will be talking about a lot of stuff. So you got lots of going on. Okay, we'll get started. So, ladies, today was the Daytime Emmy nomination day. They did some yesterday, of course. But today is today. Since I'm going to keep most of my comments, obviously, for Sunday. But I want to hear what your initial comments are from what you saw of the nominations. Angel, we'll start with you first. As your first time on the channel. Yeah, what are you thinking?
I am with everybody else when I say that Susan C. Forth Hayes has been robbed. I say robbed. Like, she's been robbed. She did a great job with Doug's funeral last year, especially considering that, I don't know if you know this, Mama Kat, but her husband died, and she met her husband on Days of Our Lives. So
I do
to
know.
have that, yes.
running actress on daytime today. Correct?
Oh, yes. She, from what I understand, she went out for a lead.
Yes.
That's from what I understand. And she should have gotten lead. I'm sorry. I don't care if you can go out for supporting and got because of age or anything like that. She should have went out for lead because that was her story to tell, and she should have gotten that nomination. Now, I'm not saying that the ladies who were nominated didn't deserve it.
Right.
But I'm saying that Susan Seaforth Hayes should have been one of them. Maybe even how many of them are there? 6 of them?
So seven. Number 7.
It was 7. So maybe make it number 8. Like, make her a lady who lunch. Because remember, they still have that ladies who lunch. So
yeah, and those chats agree with you completely. Before I get to you, Mama Kat, I will say, so this is a little note that one year the Emmys, remember, one year the Emmys had 8 nominees once.
I remember that.
It does happen every once in a while. It does happen every once in a while. So, but my question is, who didn't vote for her? I don't care what category. Who said, "Yeah, I gotta vote for her"? Like, who didn't? I'm an Emmy voter. I didn't vote in that category. But if I wasn't that category, I'm like, I see. I mean, yeah. Mama Kat, what is one of the big things you're taking away from the Emmys?
Well, I'm a little embarrassed because I don't know all the nominees.
Okay.
I don't. But I know about supporting male.
Okay. What do you think about that one?
And that I was surprised that with 3 of them are Days of Our Lives fellas.
Mm-hmm.
I like Paul Telfer.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy about him.
I think he deserves it. I thought he did it. You know, and I know it's like storyline far past removed because they're so far ahead, right? So we're kind of looking at Paul with his crazy ass mama, right?
Right. Right.
That's the time we're looking at.
Yes.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I agree.
I liked him, and opposed to the others, I think Rick Eckert, I like him very much. I think he's so funny, and he's kind of like he's a character. He has a character kind of persona, you know, kind of like a Spinelli. He's a character, sort of. But I like him very much. But I think Paul Telfer, I like him a lot.
Well, actually, let's just correct what you're saying. She actually means lead actor. You meant lead. She says support. That's actually lead. They both are in lead.
Sorry.
Yeah. And the third person who was also nominated was Eric Martzoff. So that's those 3 Days people. You're right. And Days doesn't get a lot of love a lot of times from the Emmys. They really don't.
And when it comes to who I like to just look at on my screen, just look at.
Yes.
And beat his box drum.
I know who it is.
That would be Brady. But as far as for the reward, I would like to see Paul.
Yeah, no, Paul. I think I'm very happy for Paul. But I'm sorry, girl. Gregory Harrison. I don't know if he's in supporting or whatever. Which one? He's good too. And I'm so sad they killed him off on General Hospital. I'm still mad about that. But folks are saying Dominic, another guy who does on GH does a great job. Don't be surprised. He does a great. Dante went through a lot.
Yep.
Went through a lot. But I would say Paul. I love Paul. He's just a great person, just in general. Mm-hmm. He's one of those people. I think here's the thing. Some actors, maybe you guys agree with this, and we can talk about this. Some actors are just regularly good. Like it's almost like they're always consistent. That's the word I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Consistent. Who are some actors you think are consistent on the shows that you watch? I don't think I've asked this question to anybody else on any of these shows.
Consistency.
Yeah, it's usually pretty consistent. Like I would say Jane Elliott is Tracy on GH. She's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Since 19 what?
Yeah, no, right. No, right. So I'm saying you're pretty consistent. You know, we like some people, like some actors come on and she's gone. Maxie's pretty consistent on GH. She's pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Cynthia Watros.
Yeah.
Known her some guiding light. Oh, my guiding light.
Annie. Oh, Annie. That's a good one. Anybody else? Mama Kat, anybody you can think of from the shows you watch? But you like pretty much. You're not ever really super mad at them or super. I mean, there's this kind of pretty much do a good job. You think?
I would say Cynthia Watros and Mara West.
Well,
Mara West, everybody shine.
Yes.
Anybody that has a scene with Mara West is going to be a better actor.
Somebody said Mara in the chat too. They said Mara in the chat.
Mara is just that good.
Kai Wan Calendar wants to say to you, Angel Young. See, I love when fans come on. I love you, queers and soaps.
Yay! Thank you for listening.
He's cheating on me.
Yeah, I know. He's like, yeah. He said, I wrote it. He said it. I was like, but he says hello 10th floor to me, Kai Wan. He said he does say that after that. So, some folks are mentioning Nancy Legrand, Finola Hughes. Say they're consistent. Like just kind of, they're just like when they come on screen. Well, Nancy got her nomination, and that's totally deserved. Obviously, I mean, she's got her character. I mean, she's gone. I mean, what's her name? Oh my God, I'm blanking on her name all of a sudden. I was calling her Tasha. She's been through a lot. The whole on GA, she's been through so much with Sam and everything. So yeah, it's interesting. Devin's bad. Oh, go ahead.
Nancy Legrand. I love her as an actress.
Yes.
The character of Alexis, like a lot of people, we're not crazy about her.
Yeah.
The character of Alexis, but the actress, Nancy, nothing but, great props for her. And oh my goodness, no one does a love scene, and she hasn't done it in a long time. But Nancy Legrand in a hot love scene, oh my God. Do you remember her? Do you remember her and Sean? They were so hot together.
Her and Julian too.
Yep.
But see, even I go back to Santa Barbara, my favorite soap opera.
Santa Barbara.
For Mason, Julia Mason. That's yes. So I agree with you, Mama Kat. I agree with you that. Folks are bringing up.
I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
Has she won an Emmy since Santa Barbara? Because I know she won for Santa Barbara. Okay, that's what I thought.
It's been a long time.
It's been a very long time.
It was like Michelle Stafford. Michelle Stafford won 2 Emmys back in the 90s or something. And then when she won last year, it was like
20 I remember that.
Years. Yeah, it was like 20 years. They get nominated all the time. No wins. Laura Wright, people are bringing up, of course.
Yes, my Cassie Lane.
Yeah, back there. Yes, her too.
Well, if you go further back, Loving in the city. That big curly hair.
And she has best hair in daytime. I'm like, Laura Wright.
Best hair in daytime.
Best hair in daytime. Right, Mama Kat?
Scalp her and make myself a topper.
I love it.
Give me her curls. I'll crochet them in.
You could do that. Really good.
Hair.
Now, Devin brings up Sophia Matson, who I actually agree with. I love Sophia Matson. I'm trying to think what happened to her last year, but she has the year before she should have got something, and she did. I think she got nominated. But
wouldn't that have been 2024? Wouldn't that have been when and somebody can help me out with this in the chat? With the whole I think that was 2023. Never mind. Not the baby, but I was thinking of Brando's mom.
Right, Gladys. That was 2023, I believe.
Gladys. Yeah, I think that was 2023.
Yeah, that was 2023. So that's what I'm saying.
What did she do in 2024? I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot too. So I'm like, you guys can check and tell us. But I love her.
23?
I think it was 23 when she went through all that stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then beginning of 2024, but then I don't think it wasn't the rest of 2024. I don't think. But chat will tell us. Chat always will tell us.
Yeah.
You'll tell us.
That's why I love the chat.
You just love chat too. You remind us what she did last year. But I'm a fan of her work. So she did win an Emmy in 2012 for Alexis. I missed that, Kayla. Thank you. That's still how many years ago? That's like 10, 13 years ago. Okay. I didn't realize that she went in there. Oh, Cody being her cousin. That was last year.
I was a little sad.
Yes.
I was a little sad that no news or media channel or announced the daytime Emmys. I was kind of surprised that I was disappointed really that didn't happen this morning.
The Emmys are going through some issues. I should say allegedly. Sorry, the Emmys are going through some issues allegedly. I don't get in trouble. Where allegedly there's some stuff going on, and that's why it was done so. What's the word?
Under the radar. Under the radar.
Hardly an expenditure. Like it was like there was no people because I'm thinking we could have read it. They could have called us up. We could have read have somebody read it and then be on CBS or Amy. They couldn't buy time on a channel to So there's stuff going on. That's why it didn't happen. That's why there's no channel yet for the show.
If you weren't a big daytime, you wouldn't even know they were being announced today.
I agree.
If you weren't on Twitter, if you weren't if you don't have Google alerts.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't know. And the show is not on, it's not on any network yet.
Wow.
It'll be October 17th, but it's not, that's the date.
Oh, it's not even going to be carried on a network as of right now.
As of right now, it's not on a network yet.
Oh, gone.
Now, I was around the 1 year, well, a couple of years when he had it on streaming, that Connect or whatever.
I remember that.
2018. I was there. I was on the red carpet. I was interviewed by Carolyn Hennessy. I mean, that whole thing. I was there in my purple suit. I was there. That was a trip. But I was so happy when they went on the last couple of years. It's been on network. I'm like, this is great. It's coming back. So I don't understand. I've never understood how daytime is always treated like the redheaded stepchild. And I know people get upset when I say that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like it's treated like the person to get picked last in something. Or this it's just so I don't understand why we're treated not the same as the Emmys.
Exactly.
It's the highest honor you can get.
Half the folks that are ever nominated for Emmy and nighttime have been on daytime.
True.
At least that.
True. They have. They have a lot of people have roots in daytime. But that's it's like once you get to prime time, you're graduated or something. How do you feel about that? Angel, what do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
I never consider daytime as a training ground because you have basically a Moby Dick of scripts to memorize at like per day, per week, per month, per year. And because of the way that the drama is presented daily, melodramatic, that sort of thing, we want to be treated like the redheaded stepchild, but that's not the case. If I recall correctly, there was a movie that came out, I forgot the name of the director, but Laura Wright was in the movie. It was like there were soap stars in the movie, and I had Jennifer Lawrence, and I forgot the name of the movie. Help me out in the chat because it was like several years ago. I remember that the director was saying that I hired daytime actors because I knew what the hell that they were doing. And that's what needs to happen more. There needs to be more of this, I guess, there's more of this like camaraderie between daytime and nighttime and streaming and all that stuff like that. Days of Our Lives is on streaming. It's all of them are streaming, but I'm talking space exclusively on streaming. And it is consistently, from what I understand, the highest rated show on Peacock. So don't, and then even Beyond the Gates, Young and the Restless, always trending. General Hospital, always trending. Like, come on. We are not the redheaded stepchild of this industry. We are the we aren't even the training ground. We are the best. Daytime paid for nighttime in the 80s.
It was called Joy. It was called Joy.
It was Joy. Thank you. Joy. Yes, Joy. It was at the tip of my head and I couldn't think of it. Joy.
I think Days of Flower. It was Joy.
Yes. Joy. But
I agree.
Daytime paid for nighttime and in the 80s and I think even in the 90s. I'm not 100% sure. But it and then it just got like tossed to the side because of like what reality TV and court shows. Not that there's anything wrong with those mediums because I love them too. I have a secret love for them, but daytime needs to be treated with more respect. I also remember that Robin Wright, who was on Santa Barbara as our beloved Kelly, as soon as she got the Princess Bride, she wanted to be out of Santa Barbara like it was a redheaded stepchild. I don't know if there was anything going on with her on that show or anything like that, and I don't want to give her if anything did happen, I don't want to, take away from that experience. But she started on that show fairly young, and if it wasn't for that show, she wouldn't have gotten Princess Bride. She wouldn't have gotten anything else, even up to House of Cards, because that's how our industry works.
Yes, I agree. The thing is, what we're saying is like we are changing the language because I remember some interview somebody do and the actor corrected him, said nope, that wasn't it. I think it was Morgan Freeman somebody who talked about this when he was on a soap opera. Because that's not a training ground. It was really good. It's like it was work.
Mm-hmm.
It's work. It's like and I mean, especially now, like I said, all the pages they got to do. Some shows are doing 8 episodes a day. They're working on different scripts. So like you get blocking one thing, one take done. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's it. And you have to. And some other actors said this, some director said the same thing somewhere else. He said, soap actors are good because they know their lines. They save money because they know their lines. They show up. They can do it, and it's like, and they can do it in 1 or 2 takes, and that's it. And they're bringing up Julianne Moore came back from As the World Turns, for the finale. Nathan Fillion came back for Asia's Funeral on Life to Live. There are folks who totally they don't diss it at all, and there are others who do. And I'm glad that we're talking about it because we believe soaps are just as valuable as any other medium. Right, Mama Kat?
Absolutely, they are. Absolutely, they are. You remember Tommy Lee Jones was having something to do with Dorian on One Life to Live?
Yep, he did. Yeah,
exactly. Now that's star power right there, right?
Right. He's not the winner.
And lots of other people too. Lots of other people too. I don't think that daytime gets the props it should, and especially in the last 20 years when they are so accelerated and they're doing it in 1 or 2 takes. Yep. I'm not advocating leave a boom where you can see it. Okay, I don't think that's what we should be doing.
Right.
But
90210.
Right.
But at the same time, though, these folks are seasoned. They are veterans. They know how to get it done, and they know how to get it done within budget.
Right.
Even though that's not their problem, that's not their thing. But they understand the importance of it, and they can facilitate it. They can do it. And I'm sure if they go to Nighttown, if they do an episode of Nighttime, I know a lot of them do a episode or whatever on whatever.
Like Law and Order, those things. Everybody goes through that. Everybody goes through that.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're thinking, "What are we doing? Let's go."
Yeah,
they gotta be.
Yeah.
Why are we wasting time? Why are we twiddling our thumbs? What are we doing? They got to be doing it. Even in my own career, in my old career, when things were going like, I would think that. Why are we having a meeting talking about what we're going to talk about the next meeting? What are we doing? Kind of thing.
The host of the podcast said he couldn't do so because of the pace. I remember I said it too once, Daily Flower. I was like, that seems hard to me. I mean, I've done TV shows, I've done movies. I don't know, soap operas. All right, I mean, that's tough. I don't know if I could do it successfully or be good. I think we all can do it, but would I be good at it? I don't know. So I look at people like a Moore or West or and see folks out there, I'm going to know 2 cents about this too. I mean, you guys can do it too. Sometimes when you see certain people on, while they're number 1 on the call sheet, number 2 on the call sheet, it's because they can do the job. It is all about money. Sorry, folks. It's all about money and keeping things under budget. Frank Valentini keeps his show under budget. That's why it's on the air. All these shows keep their shows on the budget. That's why they're on the air, because that really is number 1. It's keeping it under budget, advertising. That's all. That's next also. Well, that kind of fits into it. But you got to make sure that everything's on their budget. And if these actors are performing, they can count on them, give you those storylines, then you count on them, right? I mean, that's like, if you know that person can, somebody's mentioning, Jensen Ackles, of course, was Eric.
Yes.
But Justin Hartley is now Tracker, is huge hit on the show, but he was Adam, and he's on Passions, my other show, Passions.
Shamar Moore.
Yeah, Shamar Moore. I mean, I did a lot of them, and they can go on to do other things so well because they're good. Sure. And Daytime really did show them the way. And they're like little 1-act plays every day. It's just like, it's like a play. And it's different than being in a movie set, which I've been before, where you sit around, you do 1 page, maybe every 2 days. Like it's different. I can personally talk about that. It's very different. So we got to get more respect. And that leads into my next question. I've asked this to other people. On the shows that you watch, ladies, who do you think? I mean, it might be somebody. I've already said it I've said it so many times on this show who I think it should be. But who is a national treasure on your show and should be protected at all costs? one of my main ones was Jane Elliott as Tracy Quartermain on GH. We got to keep her because she's so good. She has chemistry with everybody. She uplifts the scripts, everything. Another one is Captain Kelly Lang on Bold. She turns shit into gold all the time. I mean, she like works that show. But who do you think on any of the shows that you watch? Who do you think is just like, we got to protect that person? That person is so good. Mama Kat, we'll go to you first.
I agree with Jane Elliott. She is an absolute treasure.
Yes.
I also think Laura Wright is a treasure. I think she's used so much because she is so good, and I'm sure she's very easy to get along with, and she listens and takes direction, and that's why she's so upfront. I think that's why Carly's right up there. A lot of it has to do with Laura Wright.
Yep.
And I've met her a couple of times, and she genuinely seems to be an absolute adorable person.
I agree.
And the other soap I watch regularly is Days.
Okay.
And I watch Gates, of course, too.
Yeah.
But Days of Our Lives, I would say, just respect for Susan. Respect for Suzanne. Both of them.
Yeah.
I think I think Susan especially, I mean, she's the longest running daytime actor right now.
Yep.
And I tell you, last year when I went to Day of Days, they had this long friggin' wide thing for these folks to walk across. I thought, I know that Susan's, up in age. She scampered across that stage like she was 20 years old, okay? She really did.
I love it.
She was awesome. And Deidre too. Deidre, I haven't been watching the Days, but about almost 2 years now. But I have mad respect for them. And Matthew and I both just had an instant attraction to Drake. And the fact that we lost him, is just, it's heartbreaking. But we really, even though the first time I saw him, when I first started watching Days of Our Lives, it was seen with Steve Nichols, and they were doing some kind of caper thing. So I had not seen them before. And I thought they, of course, being the first time I saw them, I thought, these are two overacting old men, okay? That's what I thought the first time I saw them. But they grew on me immediately. And for Matt and I both, we just love Drake. We absolutely adored him. And we're grateful that we actually got to meet him.
Yeah, I got to interview him too. I'm grateful too for that. Angel, for you, those are good choices. Angel, what's some choices for you?
So I will say Beyond the Gates. I know it's very early on, but this woman has been in daytime for decades. And I'm watching her right now As the World Turns 1988 for Queers and Soaps. Tamara Tooney, she's been very consistent in daytime, even in prime time too, because she left As the World Turns for a while in the 90s to star in movies and prime time, and then she came back and did Law and Order SVU at the same time. So, and she does Broadway and everything like that. But she's very consistent, and I like that. If you got to see the Beyond the Gates special before the show aired, it seemed like she was uplifting the younger actors on the show, and that's what I love about an actress. If they can be like that person who's like, "Hey, come on, let's get this thing started, and I'm gonna mentor you." I think the other day, it was the other day because I missed a bunch of Beyond the Gates, so but not a bunch, maybe like about 5 episodes. Thank goodness they had the week off because I I didn't want to be too far behind. But there was when she came back, when Anita came back from playing with the Articulettes, she had a scene with each of her family members, and I love that so much. It just shows how she's the rock of that show, and how she's not just on screen but off screen.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said they didn't know that she was on a soap before. Yes, As the World Turns. That she married Duncan.
Jessica.
She was one of the first interracial marriages, and there's a whole thing.
And Ben, and she she had and Eric, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry to spoil you, but yes, there is the first interracial marriage.
Yeah.
Eric's my co-host for the As the World Turns podcast, so.
Yeah. Oh,
but
sorry.
yeah, they do have a daughter. Her name is Bonnie. She's the best thing on earth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Bonnie plays later in the show as grown up. It's a whole thing. So yeah. So she's been around for a long time. Yeah, Law and Order. I know that's a big part of her life too. And she was just mentioned by a Tony winner on the Tonys. They mentioned Tamara Tooney, so she was involved in something there too. So yeah, it's Broadway. I agree with that. And so anybody else? You think you watch several shows? Anybody else you think? Angel?
Oh man.
I think we like one more.
Well, a lot of the shows I watch on Queers and Soaps are past shows.
Okay.
So, should I indulge you in bringing up a few of my past favorites?
Sure, why not? It's the Roundtable. Tell us.
Beverly McKinsley.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, first and foremost, from Another World to Texas to Guiding Light, which was my favorite. Oh, my favorite role of hers was Guiding Light when she was Alexandra Spaulding. And when her and Roger were tearing up and Michael Zaslav's another one too, but I'll get to him in a second. When her and Roger were tearing up those scenes in 91 when he cheated on her with Mindy.
Oh yeah, and her whole
such
speech.
Good.
Her whole speech was
and then 2 days after that, when she's on the bed just screaming at him, like that's an underrated moment. Like when she's on the bed screaming at Roger, and they just are basically acting the fool for an entire episode. Oh my gosh, I love that episode. And then Michael Zaslow is a good one too.
Okay. The past counts. It does count.
Yeah, the past does count. Yeah. I was heartbroken when he died. I'm not gonna lie. I remember when he got recasted on the show.
Oh yeah.
And how that went down, and then finding out later how it went down, and I was heartbroken by it.
Yeah, some stuff happened, folks. You look it up.
Yeah.
But yes, for me, like, my all-time favorite character is J.R. Ewing. So I mean, that just tells you about that. So I mean, like, I think a period just in history of television, the character Larry Hagman's J.R. Ewing stands out above many others because you hated him, you loved him, you loved to hate him. He had a wink in his eye when he did stuff did to you. He did love his family. He loved his son. He loved his brother Bobby. But he just couldn't help himself. He was doing things in the name of the family, and he loved women. And he couldn't help it. And he did love Sue Ellen. I had a whole fight about this in my Dallas after show. He did love, it was dysfunctional, it was toxic, but they did love each other. I'm sorry, folks, they did love each other. So we mentioned past people. If there's a Mount Rushmore, I feel like J.R. Ewing is up there, just of characters. I mean, it's because nowadays you don't get those kind of well-rounded characters anymore. Sometimes you get one note or one-sided Drew, or people like that. You get characters that aren't the great. You want to see other sides, so you can kind of go, oh, okay. And back then they did a lot of that. Alexis on Dynasty. Abby on Knots Landing. I mean, they would show you different sides.
Angela on Falcon Crest.
I mean, they would show you other sides. They would show both sides of them, so you kind of go, "Oh, okay, I get it." And back, in daytime, back in the day, like you said, those, Alex, on there, or Rachel on Another World.
Yes.
There's a lot of characters. Vicky, Nikki, and all of them. On Life to Live.
Both Vicky on One Life to Live and Vicky on Another World.
Oh yeah, her too. Yes.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to say, Mama Kat? What are you going to say? I said Vicky, Nikki, and all them. What are you going to say, that, Mama Kat? You remember all that, don't you? I like Nikki. She was the redhead. She had a good
I love her.
Oh, Nikki was a hoe. I loved her.
She was. We were just finishing the beginning of 1986 where Nikki took over Vicky. Oh, that was so good. And with Tracy James and everything like that. Oh, that was
I remember that. Oh yeah, yes, I remember that. Yes, so actually, I'm gonna ask you. Okay, so Angel, did you watch All My Children at all?
My first soap.
Okay, I asked this question, and you guys in the chat, so you guys were here. I'm curious to see what they're gonna say. So people always say you should bring back All My Children or One Life to Live. So, this has been a very interesting answers every night. If they can only bring back one of them, which one should they bring back? All My Children or One Life to Live? I will start with you, Mama Kat. Which one would you, if they said we have enough money for one, which one would you bring back, Mama Kat?
Okay. If you can only bring back one, my choice would be All My Children.
Everybody says that. It's so funny. Okay.
That's my choice. That is my first soap as a kid.
Oh, and wow.
I'm an ABC daytime kid. That's why I watched everything daytime ABC. Kind of, back then that's kind of what families did. You kind of put it on a channel, left it all on there all day, kind of. So I was an All My Children kid. So, Adam and Stuart, oh my gosh.
Oh,
delightful. They were delightful. I love them.
Yeah, the acting.
But if I could really do anything, I would have a All My Life. Okay.
All My Life.
I would fuse them. And since they're just across the river, I mean, can Nell not die on the other side of go over there? That's true. You kind of in Pine Valley.
That's true.
We could fuse them. We could.
That's true. That's so funny. Easily. But a lot of fun. Your take is different though. No one's ever said fuse the two. You're the first on this show to say that.
No, I think you do.
That's good. Angel, you have one show. You had enough money for one. What would you do, Angel?
It would have to be All My Children. I'm not fusing them. I can bring some we can bring some characters, maybe some side characters from One Life to Live, maybe, but All My Children is just the most marketable to me. Okay. You have Susan Lucci that's still alive.
Yeah.
You have I think Julia Barr's still alive too. You have
Vincent
Irizarry, yes, I love him. Oh, I love Vincent Irizarry. Oh, my Lou Jack, my Nick McHenry, my David Hayward. And he was in a Lifetime movie that messed me up too. So.
You was on Santa Barbara. So there you go.
Back to life, lickety split.
Yeah, and you still have a lot of the characters you can bring on from the past. Like we're watching Natalie in the Well for Patreon and on Queers and Soaps, and there's just so much history. At the same time, me and Eric are watching 1980. I think we're going to 1986 on All My Children. And Janet was mentioned because Natalie just first came on. Janet was mentioned very briefly on there. Yep.
Oh my gosh, girl, that is the arc that brought Matthew into watching soap operas at 6 years old. 5 years old, was Natalie in the Well. He didn't call it All My Children. He would say, Mama, let's watch Natalie in the Well.
Oh wow.
Natalie in the Well.
That was my second year watching the show, because my first year
he didn't even know it was called All My Children. Matthew would say, Mama, let's watch Natalie in the Well.
Wow.
Dimitri better save her.
Yes.
That's so funny. I got back.
Go ahead,
please go ahead.
Yeah, the first year I watched it. Well, it was maybe 6 months before I found out. It was when Tad died. Okay. That was my first memory of the soap. I was hooked on it. Went into school because I started school kindergarten in 1991. That summer, Natalie in the Well.
You must be around the same age as Matt. You must be.
Love it. Lucy is a national treasure. You're right. Everyone's saying All My Children, of course, because even though Want to Live was very diverse, even All My Children was kind of diverse too, but Want to Live really was very diverse, so I like it. I love me some RJ Gannon. That was my man.
I love RJ.
Yeah, RJ. Okay, but Coach Chandra, who we love, says so many AMC actors are no longer here. That's the problem. But it's still her choice. She would still choose that first. I agree. I think everyone's saying All My Children. I mean, almost every show I've done, almost every said All My Children. A couple said Want to Live, and you said a fusion of sorts. But I think it's so interesting because it is marketable. And Kelly and Mark are on their own show on ABC. Like, it could totally fit right on in, right?
And bring back Crystal. She stirred the pot real good.
Yeah, Crystal.
Crystal.
Bobby Eakes. Yes, Bobby Eakes. I mean, even Jill Larson brought back his Opal. I mean, let's bring Opal back. I love it. I mean, Kara Burnett's still alive. Bring her back on as Varla, whatever.
Opal was in the audience of Kelly and Mark about 6 months ago in the audience, and Kelly picked her out and said, "What are you doing here?"
It's so funny.
Awesome.
I love it. And then you can send Karen Matheson back as Ryan.
Yes.
And you know what? If he does a heel turn and becomes good again, well, he's already Ryan. Okay.
Right. Or you can send Torsten K back from Bold and Beautiful. He's not rich. Send him back over to All My Children, Zach.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you can have Anna show up, Alex show up on All My Children. And have Anna still on General Hospital. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. I'd love to write it, folks. I'd write it. Give it to me. I'll write it now. That's funny. Everybody's like, my children. But now we're gonna go back because this is actually interesting because we are, you and I, Mama Kat, a little older. She's watching these shows from the past. So, Angela, as you guys are watching them for Queers and Soaps, how do they hold up for you as you're watching some of these storylines and I'm not counting the fashions and all that. I mean, all that stuff is all kind of fun.
Oh no.
But the stories themselves, are they really, really good? Are you finding it still be really good?
Funny you should mention that. Okay. So I would have to say that a good 85% of the shows hold up really well. Most of them are on YouTube. R.I.P. Blake Marler channel, unfortunately. Yeah. But anyway, you guys are gonna kill me for this in the chat, so I'm just gonna say it.
I love it. Say it.
Me and Eric are not loving Lily and Holden, and we're yes, Holden is a jackass.
Wow.
And it breaks my heart to say that because like I came in on As the World Turns in like 1998 during the Baby Switch storyline. And I fell in love with Martha Byrne. I fell in love with John Hensley. I fell in love with Cassandra Creech. Like that was my show. That Holden and Lily brought me in. But to see that their storyline didn't hold up. Now, keep in mind, he's married to Emily Stewart, played by Melanie Swift at the time. Yeah. And he's just being a real jerk. And we're just rooting for Lily and Dusty. Like,
Dusty,
played by Brian Blue with the blue eyes.
Blue eyes. Yeah, the big blue eyes.
Well,
I told her.
Chat.
I know
come
Martha.
For me.
No, so I know Martha. So I told her I liked her and Damien. I did. As I got older, I liked her and Damien. And she said she did too. And of course, when she became Rose, Rose
was fun.
I was a total Rose fan. So let's see. In the chat, Rebecca Buddick back as Greenlee. Yes. Coach Ryan said, my younger brother said he wanted the Ice Princess to describe General Hospital. I don't know how old your brother is. Let's see. I've been watching Port Charles, Classic, Another World, Ryan's Hope and Loving. Let's see. My aunt told me when I was younger, I want to see Carly in the Ground. I was watching Days as a child. Oh, yeah, Carly Buried Alive.
Really?
I remember that so much. Woo! I'll tell you, speaking of old soaps, we'll get to Mama Kat in a second. When we go to the old soaps, the Days stuff to me still does hold up. I mean, it's crazy and cuckoo crazy, but I was online, and I was watching and Louise Sorrell as Vivian cackling over the dirt where underneath Carly is in a coffin, and she's just rolling around and it's like she buried her nemesis. It was Shakespearean. I'm sorry. It was Shakespearean. I like Mama Kat. I was cackling. I was like, it was the bomb. It was Shakespearean. It was crazy. And I'm telling you, the first time Marlena I know it's controversial. But at the time when Marlena was just with Devil for the first time go round, that was revolutionary television. They were doing stuff they never did in television. Seeing her levitate, speaking in tongues, the eyes, it was crazy. Her getting Stefano, like it was crazy. That show almost was number one in the ratings. Why not kept it at bay? It was almost number one. It was so they were tuning in by the droves for that show. So sometimes I think some stuff does kind of hold up. But it's funny you say that about about Lily and Holden, because that's the sacred couple, right? That's the sacred members of. But she was other people, and he was other people. But that's like the couple, like Jack and Carly on that show. That was she was other people, but that's the couple, right? That they put. I want Mama Kat, any older soaps you can think of that you like, that you can think of some stuff.
Well, I was an ABC kid, so I really loved Eternia.
Oh, yeah, Underground.
Yeah, I really liked One Life to Live with Eternia, and it just like almost like reminded me of like a sci-fi. It was just nuts. It almost reminded me like of Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes. It kind of reminded me of that in a way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It kind of reminded me of I don't know. It was just nuts. It was nuts, but I loved it. I
remember Eternia, they had the outfits on.
Yes.
The Star Trek outfits.
Yes, they had these long cloaks kind of things on. Yes.
Well, now remember, shows used to go on location when they had money. I'll go further back then for that, Mama Kat. When Tina, my girl, the late Andrea, I miss her, Andrea Evans. I got to meet her and got to know her. She was really great. Where she was tied up in that boat, ready to go to the Iguazu Falls in Argentina. And that was filmed on location. Now, clearly she didn't go. It was a stunt double. It wasn't her. But that was like, that was exciting television. I was like, what, on dates I'm doing what?
Yeah.
It was like the bomb. It was 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 the bomb. The bomb. 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 I love it. They bring up. We don't talk about Marlene. We don't talk about Maureen's death. We don't talk about that. No, we don't talk about that. And yes, some of the best performances came out of that, but we don't talk about that. We were still upset. Of Guiding Light, we're upset. That was.
I still quote that though.
You reduce us to a ridiculous suburban joke, and I will never forgive you for this.
It's not good enough for you, but it's certainly not good enough for our daughter. Okay. Let's talk about it for a second, just really quick. Those scenes leading up to it were amazing. Everybody did their job. They say they understood the assignment. Ellen Parker deserved her Emmy, and she got it. Yes,
deserved it. Completely deserved it. But they made a bad calculation, and the show was never really. The show was. I liked it to the end, but it had a long time to get back to something. Frankie's death on Another World. How violent!
Ooh, I never saw that, and I have no intention of seeing it.
It was always violent. Oh, the way they did it was like for daytime. It was very violent for Frankie Frame's death. I remember that too. We don't talk about that either. Yes, Tina in the Waterfall. Remember that? Yeah, it's just there's certain things you're like, wow, okay. But back then the soaps were doing stuff. So you were ABC. So Mama Kat, you were ABC girl. So did you watch the whole Ice Princess stuff and the Left-Handed Boy and all that stuff? Were you on to all that too, like I was?
Well, yeah, but I have found with all my soap opera peers, my memory's not as good as y'all's. I don't remember story plot like you guys did. And now that I'm a podcaster, I watch and pay attention in a different way than I did before.
I like that. Okay.
Whereas before, especially like in the 80s and 90s, well, I used to get up, I worked these weird shifts and I had time off during the middle in the day, during the week. I did these 3 compressed work days and had this time off during the week. So I kind of had the best of both worlds, but I was up doing things all the time. I was listening to the soap more than I was watching it back then.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're doing things throughout your day and whatnot. And you're almost, of course, like my favorite characters, I'd hear their voice, I'd run into the living room and watch.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes I was just listening and not really absorbing all of it,
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I know for me, when I first got my first VCR, we started taping them. And so I was good because I can go off to do what I do, go to school or work or whatever. And I had a child young. So I was dealing with that as a father, doing all that stuff. So I could wait till everybody went to bed. And usually it was late at night. So it's funny. I rarely watched soap operas during the day for years. Isn't that funny? It was always at nighttime. So I was like, have a glass of wine and put on my trio of soaps. Fast forward to the parts I don't want to see, and that's what I would do. And so now that I do this for a living, I kind of watch them at nighttime again, but it's through either streaming or my DVR. So I'm like, I'm full circle back. So I'm like, I rarely watch daytime.
I don't. I don't either. One, like with General Hospital, I will start watching it about 45 minutes into the show, where I can just fast forward the commercials. But very often, I don't watch it till later, until it's like actually on Hulu later, because, with all the dumbass crap that's going on in our country, so it gets a lot, gets get broken into a lot. So we'll watch it later on in the evening.
Simone says, I am Team Iris on Another World. Daisy Flower brings up Casey the Alien on GH. Remember that? UDAC says, I wore a couple of VCRs and tapes. I did too, kids. I was taping everything. I was taping MTV when they played videos. Remember that?
So much today if you say, I taped my show today.
I say, yeah, right. Because it shows how old I am. It shows how old I am. I'm like, yes, I'm close to 60, folks. And that's how it is. Devin says, I taped Y&R Bowl, Why Don't You Live in GH in high school? I know taping. Simone says, the first year of Port Charles is up and down for me watching it. Also, you tell, yes, you're joining the conversation. Yeah, it's so we're back to Angel now, because how do you guys choose what eras and what shows you guys were going to watch as you go along? How do you choose that?
So for Queers and Soaps, we it depends on interest. We have a chat going on, and we'll say, hey, does anybody want to watch so and so or this and that or that sort of thing. I actually got into it because Tommy, who's the main host of Queers and Soaps, the one who started it with I forgot your name.
Aaron Wallace. Aaron
Wallace, thank you. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Aaron. He was talking on Twitter when he was on Twitter about doing Port Charles, just the arcs. And I was like, hey, if you ever need somebody to watch the arcs, I'm here. And then that's how I got pulled into everything else. And we became like this whole, and then I met this team of amazing people. Some of them are full-time like I am. Some of them are part-time like other people are. If you watch the General Hospital podcast every weekend, I'm on there maybe every once in a while. It's great. Like I just left the Bold and the Beautiful Patreon podcast because I can't stand that show now.
But it's something else right now. Yeah,
it's something else. Yeah. It just depends on what we can find out there and what the interests of our host is. So we do both daytime and prime time. We've done on the Patreon side, because we have Patreon, because the reason why we have Patreon, I'm just going to explain this real quick, is because we tried doing live stuff on YouTube and we watched Bold and Beautiful and we got a strike on our channel. And to prevent that, that's why we started the Patreon. So,
oh wow.
But yeah, so it just depends on interest and what's out there.
Someone mentioned SoapNet. I miss it too.
I love SoapNet.
If I could bring it back, I would. If I could bring it myself, trust me, I would. If I could bring it back, it's one of my dream things. Before I die, I'm gonna get all the soaps. I'm gonna bring a soap channel. I'd love to have one. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, no, it's funny. So I do. So folks, if you guys don't know this, I do the All My Children after show, Why to Live after show, Knots Landing, Dallas, Falcon Crest, and Dynasty to Colby. I do all those, and it's almost similar to her. I pick something, either a character or an era or storyline arc. I did, the twins on Knots Landing. I did a whole story on when she first sees them, and she's at the door with one, and she Mac and them at the door with one. The other one's coming in the car, and Val turns around. And
she's trying to take the
babies, and she turns slowly, and she sees the other baby, and that's how it ends. She's ending. I'm like, what? And that was
the hair.
But back then. And Mama Kat knows this too. Back then, it was like a 2-year story arc that culminated. I mean, we had to wait 2 years for that, and it was just as riveting at that time. And she didn't get her babies back. We had to wait a whole other season before she got her babies back, basically. So like, but you know what I mean? Like, Mama Kat, remember somebody when things would take their time and you were invested. Like now you can't do that now because they don't know how to write that.
Yeah,
like back then it was like that back then, right?
it was like that in General Hospital just like 18 months ago.
Yes.
Forever, right?
Oh God, yes.
The only nighttime soap I really, really watched avidly was Dallas. No, not Dallas, Dynasty. I watched and I used to tape it.
Very good, girl. Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock.
I worked from 3:30 in the afternoon till midnight then. Okay. And my husband would set it up for me, and I would come home and sit and watch Dynasty. I loved it. And my favorite was Alexis.
Well, did you like it because it was so over the top rich and so over the top? Was that the reason why you liked it?
I did, and because they were just so pretentious and just so shitty. I loved it.
I love it. I do. I love it.
And the Crystal and Alexis thing, I just love the bickering, you know?
That's funny. Coach Chandra, this is funny. One of her favorite episodes of my show, my Wife to Live show, was my Asian Blair topic. Because Blair was Asian first.
Yeah, she was. And I remember I closed my eyes. I can remember exactly what she looked like.
Me too. Mia Korf. I did a whole story. And I was like, she was Asian. I know Cassie the She's a friend of mine. There was an Asian Blair first, and they never explained it. And then years later, there's that scene at Asia's funeral. We go back in time. It was the Asian Blair who had married him first, and she thinks she's like, and Cassie was like, what? That was hilarious. They even made fun of their own.
Look out the mirror.
They did the mirror. It's like also on Wife to Live was really funny when James DePaiva had left. They cast Max with someone else. When he came back, he looks at the camera and goes, I'm back. And kind of looks at the camera a little bit. And everybody's like, okay, and he goes into the scene. I love that week. It was kind of a fun week. Fun week. But yeah, Dynasty was so. I mean, Dynasty and Dallas were the two biggest soaps of the 80s. I mean, they were huge. And I always felt like Dynasty was so over the top opulent. That was kind of fun to watch these super rich people and the gowns, the shoulder pads, and the hair. Like it was like because Dallas was still they were rich. But it was still down home on some level. It was still gritty. It was grittier, I think, of the two. It's like, but it was still they still had their shenanigans and everything. But it was still like and Bobby and Pam and all that, and Lucy and all that. But it was still. But Dynasty had everything. All the Moldavian massacre. Remember that?
Yes.
Woo!
Fun. Very fun.
That was hilarious. Hi, Mom. Should I say his name? He's in the chat right now. He says, "Hi, Mom." To you, Mama Kat.
Well, Matt told me he was gonna watch it.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. I'm not gonna say his name.
Pressure, babe, no pressure.
I love it. But yeah, it's I think now, and I had to talk with somebody else, not on these shows, but on some other show, why folks are going back to the older soaps. And I'm wondering for you guys, what is it bringing for you? Like Angel, when you watch these old soaps, it's a nostalgia. Is it hope for a better time? I mean, it's just like, what is it? Like, what does it bring to you? I'm sure you're smiling watching them, right?
It's literally that. It's nostalgia. It's like the hope for a better time, which I'm also getting with Beyond the Gates. Like Beyond the Gates is giving me that like nostalgic type of soap type of thing. Yes. But funny story. There was when I was watching the Natalie and the Well storyline for the Patreon, there was a part that I remember specifically. And when it came up, I just started cackling and I was like, I remember this. So it was when Janet massages Trevor and she kisses him and it's the end of an episode. I'm like, I remember the end of this.
Before Chuck.
Well, here's the thought, though. So someone said to me today, how did Trevor not know that she wasn't Natalie? Like when they get that intimate, like before it's like one thing, but like, well, isn't there something like wouldn't you know your woman's touch or kiss? I go, he's a man. I don't know. That's all I can say. I mean, I don't know. I have no answer. I like it was the 80s. I don't know. I said I don't have the answer, but they always say, well, wouldn't he know there's something off with her? Because she wouldn't kiss the same. Even though you're a twin, you wouldn't kiss the same, would you?
Well, they weren't twins. They were sisters.
Sisters,
But
yeah.
she altered her look to make herself look like Natalie.
Which makes it even worse. It's like, why would he not?
Which makes it worse.
Yeah. I have no idea. I didn't write the show. I think it's hilarious. It made for good. I mean, Kate Collins was a great actress. So I mean, she made for.
She really was. Oh my gosh.
And later, Robin Mattson came in there.
Yes.
The pitch hitter. I mean, she's Heather Weber. She's Gina on Santa Barbara. I'm so sad she's retired. Like, don't retire. Come back to us.
Oh, come back to us. Come back to us.
Yeah.
I always wanted to see her as Delia on Ryan Toke because she was Delia for a hot second.
Yeah, hot second. Yeah. Wow, I mean, Christian. Yeah, Mama Kat, what you gonna say?
I don't remember now.
Oh, you went. Sorry. Robin Mattson. I mean, she came back because even though Ailey Mills did a fine job as crazy Heather Weber, but
Heather Weber.
But Robin Mattson was the bomb. I mean, she was the bomb. She was good as Janet. Because Chandra's like, Janet must have rocked his world with some new tricks. That's right, girl.
We haven't gotten to her being thrown down the well yet, so okay. I can't wait to answer that question.
Okay, she's gonna get there. So that's kind of
yeah. She did some suffering down there.
Yes,
she did. It must have been fun to film, though. I mean, it was a lot of fun because you're playing both parts, and then they had the whole prop. So I don't know, but they didn't release back behind the scenes back then. So I don't know like how they constructed that whole thing and it was very interesting to do that.
And remember when she was talking to herself in the mirror at the two characters?
Mirror Janet.
Gosh, so good, so fun to watch.
It's so good. And you mentioned Adam Stewart Chandler. There's a scene. There's so many, but there's a scene. It was like a quiet scene actually. It wasn't even anything major, and I almost forgot I was watching the same actor. Like they were together, and the whole split screen thing was great. But it was like some quiet scene. I think he was talking about Cindy. Cindy had died or something. They were just talking, and played by Ellen Wheeler, of course, who played twins herself on another show. But anyway, but this is David Canary playing Adam, comforting his brother, but he's playing his brother Stewart, talking that like it was just like I just remember it was just such a quiet scene. I thought, what amazing work. I mean, and it's a team of people, obviously. It had to be cinematography, director, stand-in, whoever the stand-in that plays, they got to follow everything. I mean, it's like, and he's won like 20,000 Emmys. I mean, it all makes sense. Dave Canary, I think he's won 5 or 6. So you got to tell me, Chad, he's like 5 or 6.
How effortless it was, but David Canary sure made it look effortless.
Yes. Yes.
He made it look like he could just like turn it off on Adam Stewart.
Yeah. That's crazy. And I want to mention Angel's Roger Thorpe because Michael Zaslow also played David Rinaldi on Wives Live.
Yes, we saw like the end of that story with him and Jenny.
Yeah. Well, because they did a really great thing for him by bringing him on. He wanted to work, and they brought him on, and it helps with money and stuff. But they wanted how he was done on the other show. They picked it up and gave him some dignity, which I thought it was wonderful. And I'm glad we finally won the Emmy. His speeches, you can see it on YouTube. It's just so wonderful. But Roger Thorpe was another character that was complex, very much in the Tony Geary Luke world. He raped Holly, the whole thing, but he loved Holly. Him and Maureen were friends. Him and Maureen were friends.
Maureen Garrett, yeah.
And just that he had chemistry with other people too. Then he had this whole thing with his daughter Christina Blake.
C. Period Blake.
C. Period Blake, played by Sherry Stringfield at first before ER fame. And then of course the wonderful Liz Kiefer. I mean, like he just had so much. He was another character that could have been one note. James Stenbeck, another character, could have been one note. Stefano Demira, another character could have been like we're seeing these actors back then that they really wrote for them. I just feel like this. They just really, really wrote for them. And it's like you don't see that. I'm trying to think of a character. There's no characters out there right now that are like them right now. Maybe Eric Braeden as Victor on Y&R, maybe as the last of that kind of group. There's no Asias out there Buchanan's. Those are all kind of gone, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's no
I think the last one we had was John Aniston.
Yeah. Another one. That was. I mean,
there's our iconic actresses, but most of our iconic actors, male actors, are gone. The iconic ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Days had 3 in a row.
They sure did.
With Bill and them, they all have 3 in a row. It was crazy how fast. It's just like the men were going, not the women, it was the men. Mm-hmm. Right, it was one after the other. So I mean, they had a lot of loss there. General Hospital, we had the women. We had Jackie Zeman and now Leslie Charleston and all that. I mean, it's a little rough over there for the women's side. On that side, they had that.
4 from the 80s would be Leslie, Monica, Alan, Rick, all gone within a few months.
Yeah.
Just think that entire storyline, if you're watching it, rewatching it, they're all dead.
You're right. I never thought that before.
That Monica and Alan used to remind me of like a War of the Roses kind of thing.
Yes.
Oh, so good.
Always trying to out mess each other.
So good. Oh my
God. Drop that house.
He did that roof. He tried.
I said this last week on our podcast. I want whoever Erica is coming to play on General Hospital, I want Monica to have passed away and gave her the house.
That's so hilarious. That's hilarious. Well, I always thought, see, you guys, that's a good point.
Monica gave it to me.
But no, here's a good point. So if Monica dies, who gets the house?
Erica Schlazak does, her long-lost sister.
Oh, his sister. I mean, but seriously, I always thought about that because that's always the joke, right? It's Alan gave it to her, it's not something. I'm like, well, if Monica dies, a new joke would come up. It's my house, Monica gave it. I mean, I'm like, who? But some say it'd be Michael. They say they're gonna give it to Michael.
What about Tracy?
She won't get it. I think she should get it because that's the house. That's the family house. But I think she won't. I don't think she would. If they gave it to Tracy, that would be actually a very loving gesture. It'd be very interesting. They did that. But I feel like she was still screw her over in the end.
Exactly.
Somehow.
Right. Give it to Michael. Or give it to both of them.
Oh, that would be so good.
Road to Roses. They give it to both of them. They say they both say it's my house, yes, and Monica gave it to us. They could come together. That could be it, Angel and Mama Kat. It could be it.
That'd be funny, fun. That'd
be kind of fun. Because the Quartermains they come together when they need to, right? But they always fight. So they come together when they need to.
Exactly. They're like, they're kind of like when you have like a younger sibling and you tell somebody to bully in the playground, hey, you can't touch them. That's my job. What are you doing? Right.
You can't talk shit about this person. That's my brother. I can talk shit about him. You can't, but I can't. That's how we were. Like I can do that. You can't do that. Right. Exactly. Little quick thing. Are you team Lulu or team Brooklyn?
Brooklyn.
Me too. Okay, you can stay on the show. Okay, great. No, I'm just kidding. I am too kidding. Michael, you say Michael and Tracy. I know. I think because a lot of folks, some people say Michael, some say Tracy, and some say Michael. I know. I think because the joke has to continue, and Monica does love Michael. Is like, well, Michael and Jason. It'd be funny. It'd be Tracy and Jason. That'd be kind of funny.
That would be fun.
That'd be fun.
Like, what if they brought somebody back that a Quartermain that just hadn't been there in a long time?
So who's left? Okay. So they killed
Celia?
Austin.
No.
They killed Austin, and nobody even cares. So he's gone. Celia Quartermain is one person. You're right, it's one person. Dylan's out there somewhere.
Yes.
Come on, folks. Give me some Quartermains, people. What else going on? They're all okay. So Dylan. Oh, Sky and Lila Rose. Yeah, they're out there.
Lorraine. Yes.
Lila Ray. So she'll be an adult by now, I think, or a teenager at least.
She should be like, and she would be old enough to be an adult, but young enough to be a complete pain in the butt,
Yes. So Sky, they're out there. I think that's it. Quartermain thing. I mean, of the Quartermains that we know of, well, the Ward family. I almost forgot that the black folks.
The wards.
There's Keisha and Maya and all of them. They're out there somewhere.
Yes.
They're out there somewhere in there.
Bring Justice back. I never liked that they killed him off.
Oh, well, they killed off a bunch of them. They killed off Emily. They killed off Al. I mean, it was all too much.
Well, I'm at the ward, on the ward side, yeah.
But no, I'm saying, I thought all of it, though. I thought they had a nice, rich, full family. Why are we killing everybody off? For me, it's like, why are we killing everybody off? But I agree with Justice, too. I agree with you.
And the only person left on canvas that's like sort of really, really tight with the wards is Laura. Laura was tight with the wards.
Yeah, she was. I'm trying to think what else. So those are the quartermates I think of that are out there. Unless they bring up a new quartermate somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, which can also happen too. But from long loss, they said Austin died. Nobody cares. So I don't know where he just.
Right. I know they. I thought they would. I thought they would eventually tell us at least who killed him.
They didn't. I think it was Cyrus.
Nope.
They won't tell us.
Yeah, I think it was Cyrus too. Actually,
I think it was Cyrus. I think it was Cyrus. What about Faith? Yeah, Faith, Maya, Sky, Western Sky. Everybody's BLQ all the way. Lulu got a big mouth. That's right. So I just want to say that really quick. That curious.
I don't think Brooklyn was necessarily correct about what she's done recently when it comes to
Well, no, she stopped. She didn't do anything. She was dumb leaving those papers around.
Exactly.
But she didn't tell. She was going to. She didn't. The kids were snooping. It was none of their business.
Yes. So I don't think that she's been like as with Lulu, she was just trying to hurt her, just trying to and everybody talked to her. Everybody talked to Lulu and told her, cool your jets, cut your crap.
They did.
Everybody all the women that she cares about actually told her that.
They did.
From her mom to her stepmonster to her best friend.
Carly.
Yep, Carly.
All told her, cut your crap, girl. You're making a mistake. And she didn't listen to anybody. All she was revenge. And I don't think Brooklyn had that big of a stain on her heart when she was looking for that information, And she did pull herself back and say, no, I'm being as big of a mess as she is. I need to pull myself back. And of course, I don't understand why you have this big old estate and you got to have your office in the freaking kitchen. Like you have 800 square feet.
I get that too.
It's ridiculous, but still, she did not maliciously try to do this.
No, she didn't. She stopped herself. And Latasha is obviously she doesn't have Lulu. The thing is funny about this storyline is that it has divided people, which makes a good storyline. It makes a good storyline. So I always tell people, feel how you feel. I'm BLQ all the way. So I just think Lulu should have kept her mouth out of it. Should have stayed out of it. And everybody warned her, and her motives were not that pure. I think some level kind of, but then it became just, I hate Brooklyn so much. Exactly. And even people were telling her she didn't know. She was like, I don't know, she may have known. They're like, no, she didn't know. Lulu still had a hard time. When next time I bring them together, she still had a hard time. Lulu, I mean, BLQ started to kind of soften up. Okay, well, let's just and Lulu couldn't do it.
When Matt mentioned this last week, and I absolutely agree with it. The moment where Lulu should have shut her mouth was when Brooklyn said, I had a boy?
Yes.
I am.
That's the moment where Lulu should have said, I need to stop my crud right now. Right. This is garbage. Right. That's the moment. And when she kept on after that, I was like, oh no, Lulu. And when Brooklyn hit her, I was like I am always, hit her again. Good gravy.
Yes, that was good. That was good stuff.
I just think I wonder if people in real life, I mean, I know we're watching a TV show, but I wonder if folks who are on Lulu's side, if this was happening to you in real life, how would you really feel? I mean, we're just watching something on TV and whatever. I'm thinking, what does happen to you? How would you really, would you be like, oh, she should have told, oh my God, like it's someone's in your business. Like someone's digging into your past because she found out so yes, I always say Lulu found out by accident. She's trying to find her daughter. That was something that so Martin was wrong for leaving just stuff everywhere. He was wrong. He should be disbarred. So like I love Martin. But that was like, he was wrong for leaving just sitting in that thing. she finds out by accident, but still it's none of your business. It was like, because remember when that whole stuff happened with Ben, it's about Ben and Rocco and all that. Nicholas went off. There's a whole, you can see it on YouTube. Nicholas went off on Elizabeth. Went off on her. Because like, you just need to know. And then you go back further to Robin. So it's like all kinds it's kind of like, we're playing with people's lives. So I'm a Brooklyn. Folks, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm as petty as Brooklyn. I would have tried to find something to hurt Lulu also. I would totally try to find something to hurt Lulu. Sorry, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I would say I could get this bitch. I want her to hurt also. So I would go after her. I would. So I would have never thought of the whole Rocco thing. I forgot about all that. I wasn't even thinking about it. I would have fight.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. I have to ask my
I forgot about that.
Ask my co-host about it.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I would have found something. Yeah, so it's kind of, but everybody's talking about it. It's a good story. Everybody's talking about it. And I know people are anti-Lulu. I like Alexa Havens in the role. I think she's doing her job.
Me too.
I love her as Babe, of course, not much on it. But she's doing her job. She's making you just not like her. I get it. And to me, she's a step up from last
We're not supposed to.
Right, not supposed to.
We're not supposed to. Right. We don't like Cameron Matheson like right now.
Right.
Because we're not supposed to.
Right. You're not supposed to. And so you guys, so you two, because we do shows like we talk about stuff like this, I guess we do understand, we're fans, but we also understand that's the point, right? You're supposed to, that means they're doing a good job. People hated Esme. Well, that means she did a good job.
Exactly.
That's kind of what people talk crap about Leo Stark on Days, but that's kind of part of that's means he's doing a great job. That's why they kind of like them. And that's why I love that. And so Cameron Matheson, he's never really played Ryan was an in-between kind of guy.
He was in the middle.
He was in the middle, but he gets to play this real villain. That must be wonderful as an actor to play that.
You would think that he would be having a great time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think he is.
I think he is too. I mean, I will say this, folks. I said it on my show. Katie McMullen, I have no use for Willow. I've never had a use for Willow at all, ever. But I will say this.
Why, James? She's so nice.
She is an angel. She takes my name and twists it into sparkles and sunshine.
Bring back Nell. Here's my thing.
Yes.
Here's my thing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but here's my thing. When she broke down in that courtroom, when she lost, I will say Homegirl acted her ass off. Even I was like watching TV going, that's her Emmy reel for next year, right there. It was like, you did yourself in. You were wrong. You did yourself in. You followed Drew, everything. And when he showed his face, cracks. And she realized, she's like, you made me lose my child. I was like, there we go. And I was like, but I'm just saying, as an actress, like, yes, we can separate the actress from the roles. My thing is like, Homegirl did her job. I will give her props in these scenes. She went deep.
So good. I thought she was going to turn into her mother. I thought she was going to turn into Laura and be locked in there for a second.
Well,
I did.
It can still happen, Mama Kat.
It could still happen.
Oh, sorry. No spoilers. If you haven't watched this week's General Hospital, I guess I won't say it out loud, but I won't say it. But there's stuff going on, Mama Kat Angel. You know stuff going on with her that could go in that direction.
I know she's switching baby's clothes and moving her around and
I didn't want to say it out loud. I want to say it out. I was trying to. Mama Kat was say it out loud. Yeah. Tomorrow's Friday. You guys are, yeah. I'm just saying, but so that can still happen, Mama Kat. That can still, well, it can still happen.
One more day.
One more day. She's a little cray-cray. Something going on there. But
she's crack-a-lacking.
Yes, she is. I would say she is acting, but I would say she's doing a great job, I would say, acting. And I'll give points to that Giovanna Mazza, who I had no use for Gio either. He acted his ass off too at that nurse's ball.
He broke that violin, yes. And that aired on his birthday.
Oh, it did? Oh, it aired on his birthday?
Yes, it aired on his birthday. I was like, wait a minute.
I remember watching the TV going, oh my God. I mean, I was like, even the audience was like, oh my God. It's like, it was really, I give him points. It's actually added depth to him now.
Yep.
That I will say is really good. One of the nominations today, obviously, was from my friend Lindsay Godfrey. I've known her for about 10 years.
Oh, Lindsay.
Sarah Horton. I love her. I love Sarah Horton. She's been through a lot on that show. So congratulations to Sarah for her performance. I saw if you guys watch Days, do you think she's deserving of her nominations? Yeah, she had a tough time last year.
Yes, I do believe that she deserves.
Oh, in the wheelchair.
Yeah, the wheelchair. Yeah, wheelchair. Yes, the wheelchair. Yeah.
I do think that Lindsay deserved the nomination. However, I do think there are some other actresses that were just overlooked.
Yeah, that happens too. Yeah, there are. I know. And I said they could do more than 5 sometimes. They do sometimes. So that's all. You could have do a couple.
Cynthia deserves to be there.
Miss Watros.
Yes.
What was last year? I think what was last year?
It's kind of
hard. When she found out about Willow.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Okay, it was Willow coming out of cancer. Her getting with Drew was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Her getting with Drew, which was a big shocker, and I kind of liked it. I was like, wow. Okay, yeah, it was that stuff. And her, yeah, because her and Sunny breaking up was 23, I believe. So somebody's things good. There's so many things going on.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're right. Her fighting about Willow being her daughter and stuff. Okay, yeah. And then her getting with Drew. Yep. And now hiding that still. Girl, you have that in your pocket. I'll go this way. It's right there, girl. It's right there.
Take it out. Take out your trump card.
I think they will for the wedding. I don't think they're getting married. You know, very.
Oh, I don't think either.
I think there's going to be disruption at the wedding, and it may not happen. But yeah, I don't know why Nina's not played that card yet. I mean, if she really, really wants, I mean, I don't know though. Willow has just got her head so far in the sand now. I don't know that would even persuade Willow right now. She would somehow blame it on her mom. She's just so she's almost like Donna Day stupid.
Yes. Oh, ladies, something else happened this week. We might as well bring this up too because we're here as we start to wrap this up because we've been on for almost an hour and a half, and I want to thank the 50 people watching us. Thank you tonight. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm so glad you guys tuned in for us. Kirsten Storms, we get a huge announcement. She's off the show by her choice, and she's moving to Tennessee. And she went off on people who went off on her about Chad Newell. Loved it. So, what are your thoughts about? I mean, I was shocked when she said she's off the. I'm like, wait, that's it? I'm like, she's not on the show anymore, like that.
I didn't see anything about Chad. I did see a little video of her, why she was moving, and she's going to be gone for a while, and she'll be back, and maybe in November, maybe in December. I saw that, but I didn't see anything about Chad. What did she say about Chad?
So someone wrote, kind of congratulating her, yet giving after what Frank did to Chad and blah blah, and she's like, no, it was his choice to leave, and actually Frank was really good. She went this whole how Frank was good to her because Frank was good to her too over the years. Was good to a lot of actors, and he is. I know that. Here's the thing, folks. No producer is perfect. Nobody's perfect, and I agree with you. So they're not perfect. But there are a lot of things going on behind the scenes with the actors because it's like any kind of job you have, any job, people go through stuff. And he actually, time and time again, has been there for his actors. No matter what you think about him, there's certain actors you're like, why they got a job is because of him, and others because they whatever. But he's been really good to a lot of his people, and I think that's what she was basically trying to say. Like don't speak if you weren't there, kind of thing. Right, Angel? It's kind of like, you're not there. You don't know what's going on. And Chad said, it's this. And I know some folks just get upset because they're fans. So they think they know what they
everything.
Right. Well, yeah, that too. All three of us know we've been there. But I like that she stood up for everybody, kind of just saying, just be careful what you say. Like, you just don't know what's going on. But you saw it, Angel, you did see it. So
I saw it. It took everything. So I saw it on Instagram, and it took everything in me because, now I went to the comments of that post, and it took everything in me not to comment something because now they were saying oh, well, Chad wouldn't have left because he got the COVID shot and now he's sick. I'm like, first of all, if you had watched State of Mind with Maurice Bernard with Chad Duell, his answer was right there. Watch State of Mind with Maurice Bernard with Chad Duell, the answer's right there. His father died and he needed a break. That was it. That was it. It was a whole 2 episodes. That's all you need to do. Just watch State of Mind. It's a really good show, actually. I love State of Mind. But yeah. And I just don't like when fans are like this. I try not to be like this. If I am, just at me at Tornado Song on Twitter.
I get out of hand, yell at me. Yell at me.
Just yell at me. Just make me accountable, because I don't want to. Because I try not to be that fan that thinks I know everything, even though I have, I have no insiders or anything like that. I just know people. But but just make me accountable. But like I said, if you had watched State of Mind with Chad Duell, with Maurice Bernard, State of Mind, his answer was right there. Has nothing to do with COVID, has nothing to do with anything like that.
I know.
And so that's all you gotta say.
He lost his dad.
Yes, he lost his dad.
Well, I tell you what, I know from losing parents, if anything makes you want to have a big break, boy, that'll damn well do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just recently lost my grandmother. She died New Year's Eve. So yeah, that I can empathize with Chad Duell.
Absolutely. So I mean, things happen in real life, folks, to people. So
passed away, and I went in the backyard and drank for 6 months. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Sat in the patio and drank for 6 months and cried.
Yeah.
So, Chad, I hope you're not doing that, but you need a break.
Yes.
A break.
Yeah, but the point is that they have things happen in real life. And I remember when Cameron Mathison, he lost his house in the fires here in LA.
Yes.
And I felt, but some fans were still so mean. Like, he's not Drew.
Exactly.
He's a real person. People were being mean to him, and they're like, well, that's what you get because you were missing a will. I go, okay, get out of yourself. This actor who lost his home. Like, hello. I mean, like, it's just kind of
that he was just standing naked in, which that was
right.
That broke my heart.
Right.
He lost some right after that.
Right after that. So it's like people, I mean, I was here in LA, so I know all the fire stuff. So but I was saying that it's like we have to separate. We have to separate. Candace Mack, he has to process his father's death, plus Chad is a new dad as well. He need to focus on his mental health. Hello. Right. See, it's the thing that got me pissed off at fans sometimes. When the original, well, the second Trina, the main Trina, Cindy Michaela, said, I want to go to college full time and not act while I'm in college. People were screaming at her. So when I interviewed her at the Emmys, I was like, girl, I'm so glad you did that. She just graduated, by the way, actually.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to her. And the whole thing, I said to her, this acting person will still be here. Get your education. Like, real life does kind of come in. And I get when fans are upset. They like the character or the actress. I get it. We should be cheering them on when something is going on in their lives. We got to do more of that. And just like you said, Angel, like you, I see something I was like, James will comment. James, because it's not going to help anything. Some of those fans just feel like they know. Like they were there. They know exactly. We're all lying to them. But it's like, no, it's not. It's like, there's some things that just, this is a job.
Absolutely. These folks are just folks, just like all of us.
All of us. They go through stuff that we go through. I mean, it's the same. Like I said, why everybody, as I'm rounding this back around from the beginning, why folks are upset about Susan Seaforth Hayes not getting nominations, because her husband died in real life. A husband she met on the show, and then 6 months later is reliving it on some level as a character, and does a phenomenal job. And the same thing, I'm mentioning on Sound Aside too, when Larry Hagman died in real life, and the whole TNT Dallas, one of the best episodes of the whole series. When you heard Sue Ellen and Bobby talk about him, they were friends in real life. Those two were friends for life. And I've only met Linda Gray. I love her. She was beautiful. They were friends in real life. So it's almost like with Susan, with them, with Deidre Hall for John. It's like for Drake and John. Like you always wonder, where's the line of acting and real life? And but they're on screen being recorded, so it's acting, but the real life is mixed in. To me, it still warrants nominations and or wins, and I just think it's just.
I don't think anybody on Days of Our Lives needed to act their way into tears that day.
I don't think they did either. I don't think they did either.
No, they did. I don't know the gentleman's name, but the guy that plays Paul, Paul, my gosh, his eyes were so bloodshot that day, and he looked like, oh my gosh, he's dehydrated. At that point, he's IV after today.
So I want to tell you about it. Christopher Sean's a friend of mine. I just did a live event with him, and one of the people in the chat asked him about Drake. He started to cry then. Like they're really close. They were very, very close, and it still hits him hard. And we're like, cry, go ahead and cry. Like I cry on my TV shows all the time. I go ahead, let it out. But he was it was happy, sad tear mix. He was just like, I'll talk about him all day long because he was just so wonderful. My girl Martha Madison, another friend of mine who plays Belle, same thing. She's like, I'll talk about him all day long. I love her too. She's a great person in real life too. But she's I'll talk about it. I'm it's just, we all gone through life. It's the tears are coming because you miss them.
Absolutely.
And you said there was no acting involved. I'm sure there were so many takes they had to stop. I'm sure it was done with I wasn't there, but I'm sure it was done with lots of care. Obviously, those scenes, I'm sure they didn't go as fast as they normally do. I'm sure it was kind of like
I'm sure they had a little more regard.
Yeah, I think so too. But Susan C. Fortes, I agree. That's one of y'all you gotta know for me. I'll go more about it on Sunday. She was completely robbed. I don't care what category. And I want justice. They need to give her this guy. I want justice for Susan, for her. And I got a chance to interview her.
A lifetime achievement.
Maybe she already got one, didn't she?
She got that. They got that. They got a lifetime achievement.
Okay. I didn't know.
Both of them did. Her and Bill.
Okay.
I had the honor of interviewing them both together. You see the interviews here on my channel, and they finish each other's sentences. They're in sync. They were in sync with each other. It's like, there's some couples you meet, you're like, yeah, I get it. I totally get it. I get why they're together. And when he was possessed by the devil, and he said, "What'd you say, bitch?" to Marlena, I was like, "Go on, Bill Hayes." I was shocked that episode when he was like, "When you talking about bitch?" I was like, "What?" Bill Hayes. And he said he had fun doing it. I mean, like, you're 99 years old. You get to do something you've never done before. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. So, everybody, thanks for watching the show. I've been having so much fun doing these, and I want to thank Angel and Mama Kat for being on here. But one of the reasons why I do this show is I want you to check them out too. It's not just about me. The roads lead over here, but it's not all about me. I want you to follow them. I'm gonna have them tell you where to follow them, and if you don't, I'm gonna come find you. Like Taken, I'll find you. Mama Kat, you go first. Where can they follow you or your works of art that you put out?
Okay, you can find Matt and I on the 10th floor, GH, on YouTube. We are on at 11 o'clock on Sunday mornings, talking about GH and all the recap of what happened in this week. And at 1:30, we have now fused our show. We have a Days of Our Lives and Gate show that we kind of do together. We kind of go back and forth between the two shows. We tried to do 3 shows. We found it just to be too long. It was just too long of a day. So we fused that our second show at 1:30. That's the 2 shows together. And that's where you can find us every Sunday.
Very good. Angel Young, tell them where they can find you and what you do.
You can find me personally on Twitter at Tornado Song. On Blue Sky also at Tornado Song, but I'm not on there as much, so you gotta follow me on Twitter, and I may pop up on Blue Sky a little bit. You can find Queers and Soaps on YouTube at Queers and Soaps. It's an ampersand, so you gotta be careful when you search up, because the SEO is kind of weird with that. And also, wherever you listen to podcasts, we watch past content and General Hospital. We have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/queers and soaps, where we just finished season 2 of Beverly Hills 90210. So having a lot of fun with that. R.I.P. Shannon Doherty, and R.I.P. Luke Perry. Oh my gosh. We have two tiers, which is the daytime tier and the primetime tier. Join whatever one you want. I'm forgetting the cost at the moment. If anybody from Queers and Soaps is in the chat, comment below at the prices and stuff like that. But it's patreon.com/Queers and Soaps, and also Queers and Soaps on YouTube and wherever you find podcasts, if you want to listen to it audioly.
Very good. Make sure you follow them. I told you. Coach Chandra was like, we have virtual snacks on 10th Floor podcast.
Yes. That
You
girl,
might, I mean, so
Sunday morning.
now is Chandra one of your moderators or whatever, Mama Kat?
Is
So
she?
tell people who Chandra is, and she's on here. She's a friend of mine, but tell who she is on here. Let's give her a shout out.
Yeah, Chandra, she's our moderator on 10th Floor, and oh my gosh, she's better at it than we are. That's for dang sure.
Okay.
Appreciate her so much. And she keeps if we happen to have somebody in the chat that don't know how to act, Chandra, oh my gosh, she shut them down in a hot minute. We appreciate her so much.
No, because folks, they do live shows like I do. We do live shows, and it's and we do them on YouTube where everybody can come on and do what they want. So usually I'm the one screaming and hollering at people in chat. So that's kind of how that goes. But
I can't even see the chat. I tried a couple of weeks when we first started doing it, and I found Matt. I don't see how Matt does it. Matt's very good at it. Matt can listen to me, respond to me, watch the chat, respond to the chat, and keep it all in balance and respond
it's hard for him.
real time to all of it. I watched the chat for a couple of weeks. I could not do it. I found that I was like half-assed at all of it. We're mad to do it.
I love it.
Half-assed all of it, and I was doing my best.
I love it.
I told Matt, I said, the chat ain't for Mama. I just can't do it.
And I got somebody I gotta get to block right now. There we go. Put user in timeout. There we go.
See?
There we go. 24 hours.
That's for us.
At the very end, someone comes in and says something crazy. I'm like, there you go. I love it. There we go. Goodbye. All right.
Matt texted me as well, because any of this stuff that does come up that isn't like, that might hurt my feelings or make me anything uncomfortable, he just doesn't freaking tell me.
Very good. There you go.
Hey.
You can say, I don't know nothing. Very good. That's funny. On all these shows I've done, I've not had anybody bad come on, and someone comes, as soon as you talk about that, someone comes on really quick and says something horrible. So I was like, okay, perfect timing. But Donald Peebles, we love you too. Kayla, I see you in there. Devin, all you guys who came in the chat.
Donald.
He goes, Donald. He's great. We know Donald. I know people are crazy, I know. But that's funny. The timing was perfect. The way she said that, talked about that, and then that happened. I love live TV. I do. I love it. I've been doing it for years. And you follow me. We're all James Lott Jr.'s are sold at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms. And I said, Daytime Today is everywhere. Tell everybody about these shows. We have now 7 of them. There's 7 of these out there. More coming, so stay tuned. As long as you follow me, you'll know when the next ones come out. Everyone, be careful out there. If you're in hot weather, remember, I make sure I say this. If you have pets, make sure they have the little booties for dogs. Don't let dogs and cats walk on hot asphalt or anything. It's really hot out there. It's hard on their paws. So be careful with them. Just so you got to take your dogs for a walk to pee and stuff. Protect their paws. I'm a big component of that. I have to walk a dog every day. So please be careful of that. And then, what Mama Kat?
103 here today.
Yeah, so you got to be careful. And then for you guys, please be careful and stay hydrated. Make sure, because you get heat stroke and stuff. You stay hydrated. Be careful of the sun. If you're in weather where it's raining and the floods, like in Texas, my heart goes out to folks in Texas. We're wishing you safety there too. It is. Woo! It's going to be, yes. And this Sunday, as Candace Mack is saying, me, Jerry Waggett, Walker, your buddy, Ragsdale, and Candace Mack, when we're talking about the Daytime Emmy nominations, you were right. You don't want to miss it. We are unfiltered. We will be talking about it all. We love you guys, all of us. Support Daytime TV and the hosts that talk about it. That's right. We'll see you next time.